I guess this can be the beginning. Here I am looking around the house, looking to come up with my first post in what I hope to develop into some sort of habit. Blogging, vlogging, why exactly? Well, I guess I just need to write a story about my journey, and my journey for some reason now includes me writing this blog. Do you ever have those sorts of ideas pop into your head? Do you ever get that itch you need to scratch, but seems to get tangled up within the immensity of the idea? I am 100% with you. Shall we see if my jumbled up mess of a middle-aged brain can now unpack all this booer into some sort of useful thought? If you have not figured it out in the first paragraph, this blog is about goals. Every decision I make is a goal. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of goals along the way, but I just completed one here. The first paragraph of the Let's Goal Today blog is complete. Now, let's goal today. That's my personal rallying cry. It's what I am trying to say to myself first of all. Some days I look at myself in the mirror, and I tell myself, let's goal today. I sometimes find that short pep talk can help me spark a small flame to set out and accomplish something that maybe I was procrastinating on. I hope I can relate to others. Maybe I will find out that I related to someone reading this random rambling. Who knows? So, I have goals, small goals, big goals, and all the goals that I can't see when first setting out to achieve anything. I started to get the idea about sharing my story years ago. Several times I wanted to share my story with you. I want to learn with you and share my accomplishments and failures with you, but we are going to do this from the beginning, here, today. Because my goals were buried under a ton of excuses. How about you? It will be just me here in this space for some time, but I hope you consider joining the community. I will be adding links in the description if you are watching this on YouTube at the Let's Goal Today channel. Subscribe, get notified, like or share, and please, comment. You are going to help drive me towards my next goal. Yes, you are now part of my existence, as I am now a small sliver of your life, time, light, energy. But how do we help one another? What do I even call you? So how do I get the idea for a website? I'll tell you what, I am constantly learning, and I have some pretty ambitious long-term plans. My previous long-term goals are starting to get achieved and fall off the board. Now those goals are children. They have been my focus for decades, and they are all growing up and starting to float away with the winds of life. I watch many YouTube channels to learn new things, everywhere from how to upgrade or build a computer, fix my car or truck, to where I am going to live when I decide to retire. There are more than enough good channels to find all sorts of information for the topics you want to learn more about. They have achieved what you want to do, but I have not come across many showing us the long game to how they were able to get to where they are. Show me the beginning. What does that even mean? I'm here to tell you, not that you need me to tell you. It is not as easy as the so-called experts lead you to believe. There has to be a beginning to their journey, and no matter how well they are at telling me a story, I somehow have a certain amount of doubt, because they just popped up into my feed, and there they are, on a beach in a far-off land, giving me advice, and what they are doing is working. If I know anything about the way life works for me, is that I need to have a better plan than what they have going on. Here are a few thoughts that run through my head when watching other people on social media. They must have had help from a family member. They have skills I don't possess. It could not have been as easy as they just described it. Lucky. Guess what though? All of the above thoughts may be wrapped in a bit of truth. Okay, so we have established that I am not a polished writer who can just pump out interesting content on a daily basis, yet. Beginning today, Monday, though, I plan to start getting out regular content on a weekly basis. It is going to be tough just getting this first article published and then creating a subsequent video, but I am making it a goal to do just that. The way I see this going is this first episode of What It Is I Do Today, i.e. why I need to give it a title. Anyways, I am sort of just riffing right now, but generally I am doing that in my head much of the time. Once I get to figuring out what my plan actually is, I will probably go back and refine it many times. which is to be expected. Just about anyone in business knows that having a plan sets your foundation and gives you a home base of sorts to fall back upon, adjust, and then move forward again. Those continuous improvements are critical to have in this ever-changing world. So, we are starting out with a plan, outline, rolling notes to which we are going to refer back to as reminders, rewards, and reconfigs. Let's call this the R3.0. Reminders, rewards, and reconfiguration. R3.0 was not on my list of goals, and not an insulation rating as it pertains to this blog. Bonus goal maybe. Just kind of shooting from the hip here. Eventually I have a goal to add visual aids to the blog and certainly will learn to edit them into my vlog for next week. Basically all I have now to set up is my laptop, composition notebook to start writing things down, and my ideas. In the middle of my notebook I started a future goals checklist. At the front and back I have started to brainstorm future blog content, goals I'm interested in achieving, and random thoughts that may be useful down the road at some point. So within the future checklist section I am writing goals down which I want to see and refer to on a daily basis. One just got jotted down because it is not something that I can really do at this time. If there is one thing I know from dabbling in creating a website years ago, it is to not put off foundational work. Take it slow and find a solid routine for content. Stop, take a minute to set in place what you need on all your web pages today, or you will need to make changes to many pages in the future. Anyhow, this is why I say to create that section in the notebook to utilize as a daily reminder, or future reminder, constant reminder. A reminder to myself is to reply for Amazon Associates account, try after having 10 uploads of content. Maybe that will not be enough content, we shall find out when the time comes. The Amazon Associates account will allow me to create an affiliate link for items I use and recommend from Amazon. I know, this is a ton of stuff in only the first blog post, and I am not quite creating the most cohesive, well-written article, but I am determined to make this a habit as I stated at the beginning. As this blog channel grows. Did I mention to subscribe, get notified, like and comment please? Those actions will help us out. Plus I hope to add informative and helpful content once per week. I also would like to have some fun giveaways and contests for participants in the future. All future goals. The list grows. 3 days later. Now here I sit with a post that is not quite yet finished and still not uploaded. I'm sure I am going to go back and trash this article. Way to start out strong, Joshua. So as a quick exercise I am going to list some goals off the top of my head, use this as a whiteboard of sorts, for the blog. I can come back to these 3 at another time to give you an update on how I am tackling these, and whether or not I am making progress on them. Health: lose 13 pounds, maintain health. Wealth: spend $50 per week on Bitcoin, own 1 whole Bitcoin someday. Mental: learn new tech that will help with my job, learn new interesting things. Those are some quick off-the-cuff goals I am working on at this time. This list didn't take much thought, and I have plenty more goals that I am working on, yet you can see those 3 goals by themselves are wrapped in many other goals that need to be achieved on the daily. Life changes, you need to stay focused and be nimble. Okay, let's knock this first post goal off the list, publish, and on to other goals today. Photo.